নিয়ে ম্যামকে দিয়ে দিও। Okay, who takes the attendance?
So me.
Okay, okay. So now, since you know that, do you know that all whatever exam will be there, it will be MCQ based exam. That you know, na, by this time. So what are the contents? So let me tell you.
Yes, sir.
First of all, we because it is related to water, so you know that atmosphere is divided into several portions, out of which we shall be dealing with hydrosphere, because you know hydrosphere means water sphere. You can just note it down whatever I am saying. I will share some slides also. So now the hydrosphere, as you all know, it consists of various types of uh, means there are various resources. Can you name some water resources that you know? What is the biggest resource of water? Anyone? What is the biggest resource of water?
Sir, ocean.
Ocean. Very
Ocean.
good. Exactly. So oceans, they constitute about almost 97% of the total content of water. Apart from there are polar ice caps, there are glaciers. Okay, so you know that the glacier water is very pure form of water, where the content of impurities or dissolved salts is very less. So it constitutes about 2% of the total water resources. Apart from that, we have underground water. We have the various lakes. You know, lakes can be saline lakes. Can you name any lake which is saline? Which you know as saline lake? Okay, any idea about saline lake? Any idea? So you have visited Chilka?
Yes, sir.
Chilka in Orissa? Okay.
Yes.
Chilka lake is there, Naki lake is there. So various types of lakes are there. So Chilka, I think it is a lagoon. So it is actually a saline water lake, saline type of lake. Apart from lakes, we have inland seas. Okay. Then water is present in soil moisture. Our soil moisture, because soils, they have the capacity to retain water. Then we have rivers. Rivers constitute about, hello, হ্যাঁ আমাকে আমি ক্লাসে আছি, 3টের পরে কল করবি? ওকে ওকে, হ্যাঁ। সো রিভার্স, হ্যাঁ বলো কি বলছো? আর ইউ সেইং সামথিং? আচ্ছা, সো
No sir, no sir.
Okay, so rivers, see, there are so many rivers. Okay, and you know rivers can be perennial and they can be non-perennial. What is the difference between perennial and non-perennial rivers? Now in case of perennial rivers, any idea? Now mostly the rivers of South India like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, so all these rivers are actually non-perennial. That is, they dry up during the summer season. And perennial rivers are those, generally the rivers of North India. Basically the North Indian rivers, they are all perennial. That is, they have the water supply throughout the year, even in hot summers. So apart from that, there are certain streams. Okay, the streams also contain a very less amount, almost 0.0001%, very less amount of water. And also there is water vapor as a composition, and obviously water vapor is present in air, and the content is 0.001%. So this is the total strategy of water. So we have many water resource. But the question is, because the chapter is water pollution, so how much water we can utilize? Okay, so that means obviously we have so much source of water, so much resources we can see, but you know that out of the means the total area of the earth surface, or total one third is the land, and the remaining three means out of the total content, 1/4 is the land and 3/4 is water. No, all of us know যে 3 ভাগ হচ্ছে জল আর 1 ভাগ হচ্ছে স্থল. The 3 portions constitute that of water. So you can see that so many resources are there, but the problem is whether that water is applicable, or we can make use of that water. So means that is a big question mark, that whether the water is applicable for practical purpose. Okay, so that we can make use of that water for practical purpose. Now generally, first and foremost, water is used for drinking purpose. So we must think about water which is potable water. Potable water means which is suitable for drinking purpose. So obviously that is called a potable water, which is odor free, bacteria free, which has no color, which is full of minerals, which has dissolved gases. So that is potable water. Okay, now apart from that, obviously water is used for certain domestic purpose like cooking, washing, and other purpose. For domestic purpose like cleaning, bathing, so we need water for domestic purpose. Third, we can say the industrial purpose. The industries, they also need water. Well, which type of industries? Can you tell me? Can you name some industries which make use of the water? Can you name some industries? Page ta paltabo? Can I change the page?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please do interact. Okay. Ekটু interact koro. Now, can you name? Now, if I talk about some industries, what are the industries that make use of this water? What are the industries? Which is the biggest industry which needs a hell lot of water? Jara prochur je need water. Which industry? Can anyone say which industry? Thermal power plants. হ্যাঁ বলো.
Any kind of mill like jute mill, rice mill.
Yes, yes. So thermal power plants, they make use of the water. Then agriculture, agro-based industry or agricultural industry. Because for agriculture we need a hell lot for irrigation purpose. Basically, we need water. And what you are saying, like paper mills, chemical manufacturing industry, okay, any other industry? So yes, so there are many other industries which needs water. Even the industries which manufacture paints and dyes. Okay, so textile industry. Ceramics also need a hell lot of water. Ceramic industry. Okay, so that means a lot of industries, they can make use of this water. So obviously, if we think about the rainwater, okay, and water which is coming from the mountains by melting of the ice caps or glaciers, so they have no dissolved salts. Okay, so water of the ponds or rivers, they also have very little amount of salts. Ponds, rivers, okay, so they do not have so they have very little amount of salt. Okay, they have very little amount of salt. So mostly the underground water that is coming through the pumps, okay, in buildings and houses, or through deep tube oils, those water is suitable water, means suitable for drinking purpose, and that is sweet water. It has a different taste. So and obviously it has salts, but salts are not too high. Salts are there but not too high. They are within the tolerable limit. They are not too high. Then spring water. Have you heard about spring water? এই যে অ্যাকোয়াফিনার জল বলে স্প্রিং ওয়াটার, তাই না? অ্যাকোয়াফিনা দেখেছো তো, অ্যাকোয়াফিনার বটলস, স্প্রিং ওয়াটার, ওয়েল ওয়াটার। Okay, spring water, well water, they are actually mineral water, processed water. They are actually processed or mineral water. They have a lot of salts. মানে why it is so costly? Aquafina জল আর বিসলেরি জলের মধ্যে একটা দাম আছে না? Have you noticed that? Aquafina is very costly. One bottle of water. Okay, Aquafina বা এই ধরনের কিছু আছে, কিংফিশারের কিছু ব্র্যান্ড ছিল আগে। So there are certain amounts of water which are very costly because they are processed and they contain a lot amount of soluble salts which increase the nutrition content of water, and also it contains some dissolved gases. Some gaseous materials or minerals are also there, like carbon dioxide is there. Carbon dioxide is there in the form of bicarbonates. Okay. So bicarbonates and carbonates are there. So obviously these bicarbonates and carbonates, they maintain the pH level of the blood. Okay, so the water also helps to maintain the pH level. So that is done by the carbonate and bicarbonate. This actually acts as a buffer, okay, for maintaining the pH level of blood. Okay, so they maintain a balance of the pH level of blood, and that is done by this bicarbonate and carbonate equilibrium. So it is better to have spring water, the best type of potable water. Is it understandable what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So আমি একটু লিখি এরকম পড়াই আর কি, I have a habit of writing better like that. So this is a very good type of potable, so that you can keep a note of it. কিছু একটা লিখলে তোমার you will remember at least, মনে থাকবে something if you write. Okay, so this is all about the initial part of hydrosphere which we covered. The next topic that we go on is very important. I will draw a diagram, a picture that shows hydrological cycle or water cycle. Like in ecosystem, you have learned about the various types of cycles. Biogeochemical cycle. Have you heard about it? Biogeochemical cycle. Have you heard this term? Biogeochemical cycle. নিশ্চয়ই শুনেছো এটা? No?
Sir, মনে পড়ছে না।
Okay, biogeochemical cycle is আমাদের, let me tell you what is biogeochemical cycle, because hydrological cycle is a part of biogeochemical cycle. Okay, so we are a human being. Okay, so আমরা একটা human being. Okay, so what happens, we have an exchange of minerals, gases, nutrients, everything with the soil. Soil-এর সাথে, air-এর সাথে, with the soil, with the air, whatever we because we are we live in the troposphere, and obviously there is exchange of elements. Okay, say we absorb O2, we expel out carbon dioxide. Okay, so in this way, all the minerals, whether they are metals or non-metals or gases, it is being exchanged with the human body. The human body is always exchanging these substances. Okay, so age cycle, that is why it is called bio. Bio means obviously the animals are involved. Human being is a, so he is also an animal. He's a part of the animal. The plants, all these living creatures. Okay, So all the biotic components. So the biotic components are related to the abiotic components. I think you know what are the abiotic components. Abiotic components means non-living components, okay, like air, water, all these things, okay. So they are exchanging this in a cyclical manner. That is why it is called bio-geo and chemical cycle. So some chemical transformation is taking place in our body through this exchange of gases, through this exchange of minerals. So that is why we call it as a biogeochemical cycle. Got it? বুঝতে পেরেছো কি বলছি?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now this biogeochemical cycle, now I come back to my slide. Now this biogeochemical cycle can be of three types. One is called gaseous cycle. I think in your class school level, in your 9-10 you have studied, no? Carbon dioxide cycle, oxygen cycle, nitrogen cycle. Don't you remember? এগুলো ছিল biology-তে ছিল বোধহয়, might be in life sciences. Okay, there is this type of cycles. How this oxygen is exchanged with the air and with the human being, with the various trophic levels of the ecosystem. One is called the sedimentary cycle, like sulfur cycle and phosphorus cycle or phosphate cycle. That is called the sedimentary cycle. Sulfur cycle or phosphorus cycle. So this is called the sedimentary cycle because there is rocks, okay, there are minerals in the soil which contains a lot of phosphorus, okay. And how, suppose when an organism is dying, okay, so it is going to the soil. So when it is going to the soil, because human beings have bones, okay, bones contains calcium phosphate or calcium biphosphate. So this calcium phosphate or biphosphate, through various degradation process or weathering process, it goes to the soil and increases the fertility of the soil. সেই soil-এই আবার কি করছো? In that soil you are doing what? You are growing plants. The plant is taking the nutrition from the soil. তাহলে প্লান্টের মধ্যে ফসফরাস চলে গেল, সেই প্লান্টটাকে আবার কে খাচ্ছে? অ্যানিমালস খাচ্ছে। ধরো একটা suppose a cow, a sheep, a goat is having that, and you are again having that animal. তার মানে কি হচ্ছে? ফসফরাস তোমার বডির মধ্যে আবার কি হচ্ছে? It is being assimilated. তাই তো? বোঝা যাচ্ছে কি বলছি? It is being assimilated. So that is why it is called a sedimentary cycle, because it is sedimented on the earth's surface. Am I clear? একটু কথা বলতে হবে, তোমরা একদম কথা বলছো না।
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know this is very boring for you people, but কিছু করার নেই, we have this. So, and the last one is called hydrological cycle. Hydrological cycle or water cycle, যেটা আমরা পড়াবো। Okay, so let us come to the hydrological cycle. See, I am drawing a diagram. Are you noting whatever I am saying? Note করছো এগুলো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার করছি।
Please write it down. এই ক্লাসটা হয়তো আমি নেব এবার থেকে, বিকজ হয়তো ম্যামের একটা কোন ক্লাসের সাথে ক্ল্যাশ করেছে বা এরকম কিছু একটা ব্যাপার। সো আই এম ফ্রি, এই টাইমে আমি ফ্রি আছি মোটামুটি। সো ল্যান্ড, দিস ইজ সারফেস রান অফ। আচ্ছা আমি বলছি এটার মানে কি, আই এম টেলিং, প্লিজ আগে লেখো জাস্ট। ওকে, জাস্ট ড্র দ্য ডায়াগ্রাম। I'm explaining everything. These are the clouds. I'm very bad in diagram. I'm trying to draw. I'm telling what does it mean. So let me label. That means this color. This is evaporation. Transpiration. So this is surface runoff. So what is happening? ছবিটা দেখে কিছু বুঝতে পারছো? কেউ এক্সপ্লেন করতে পারবে এই ছবিটা?
Sir, I can try.
হ্যাঁ, yes, try না. বলো।
Sir, first from the water bodies and land and trees, due to heating, evaporation occurs, as
Yes.
well as transpiration,
Yes.
and then
Transpiration
after
from the leaf surface,
from
right?
the yes, yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes.
And when the water converts to steam, and then at the higher level it
Yes.
cools down,
Yes.
does condensation. After condensation it turns to water droplets, which again returns to the land and sea as precipitation, I mean
Exactly.
rain,
Exactly.
and the cycle continues.
Exactly. So I just correct you a little bit. Like why it is called evaporation, because it is from the sea, and why it is called evapotranspiration, because say when we apply water on trees, okay, or when there is rainfall on trees, then the leaf surface becomes wet. So the water which retains on the leaf surface because of raining or because of watering of trees, that is evaporation. And automatically trees, they have a natural tendency to just leave excess water from its surface. So that is transpiration. So both process occurring simultaneously. So evapotranspiration. So that as you told, that it goes to the higher level of the atmosphere, and it forms clouds, and the clouds are moving because there are air currents over there. So I have given a reversible type of arrow. So this cloud goes over here, or this cloud comes over here. The clouds keep on moving because of high air currents. And obviously, when the temperature drops down, so they come down on the land as precipitation in the form of rainfall, or there may be snowfall. And obviously, it comes because of the gravitational pull. Due to the gravitational pull, it comes down. And the water which is coming on the land, some water which I have not shown in the diagram, some water it percolates through the soil to the impervious layer of the rock or clay, and that contributes to the groundwater. Okay, that contributes to the water table. You have heard another word, water table. So that water table is formed because of the rainfall or snowfall, and the water that percolates through the soil and enters into the interior layer of the earth surface, that constitutes the water table. And some water, they comes as surface runoff. You have seen that often after rainfall, some water are stored in the roads. There is water logging. Okay, some water they remains on the roads, and what the municipality or the corporation people, what they do, they just open the in the roads there is some cavities which are made. Okay, so they open it and the water goes down. So that is the surface runoff. So the excess water which cannot go to the water to the inside of the soil, the excess water, because water table also has a capacity. It cannot absorb all the water coming down as the rainfall. So the excess water which the water table cannot accept or accommodate, that forms the surface runoff. And that surface runoff, it drains down, and ultimately you can see the arrow, it is ultimately goes into the rivers, lakes, oceans, ponds, and this thing. So this thing is repeated again and again. Okay, again it is evaporating, and so this process is going on. Obviously during summer the rate of evaporation is more than other seasons, and however obviously can you say that how this hydrological cycle is being disturbed? How this hydrological cycle, কি করে আমরা hydrological cycleটাকে ব্যালেন্সটাকে নষ্ট করতে পারি? মানে is it being disturbed these days? Yes, it is being disturbed by like the deforestation. If you cut down the trees, okay, so the evapotranspiration process will be minimized. No, তাই না? Evapotranspiration process. So that is because of human activities or anthropogenic activities, man-made activities. There is a dismantling of this hydrological cycle. And obviously তোমরা দেখেছো যে you have seen that in your locality some ponds or some lakes, they are being through landfilling process, they are just doing what, they are just putting some rubbish or some garbage on that area, some marshy low lying places or some ponds. They are being they are being filled up with the water was extracted from there. So all the aquatic animals and all the things, the ecosystem, the aquatic ecosystem is destroyed, and suppose a building is being constructed on that. So if that is constructed, the evaporation process also gets disturbed or perturbed. So this perturbation of both the from the land and from the sea can cut down or can cut off this hydrological cycle. So if this hydrological cycle is being done, is not restored, we cannot maintain this because of our activities like deforestation, land filling, and other human activities. So obviously that will affect the global climate change. Okay, and so that will have a detrimental effect on the existence of human being. So this is very important thing. Okay, so am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just one minute. Can you see any slide?
Yes, sir.
স্লাইডটা দেখতে পাচ্ছো?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See the diagram. So pollutants, কি লিখেছে? Can you see? Pollutants get into water mainly by human causes or factors. Water pollution is the second most imperative environmental concern along with air pollution. Air pollution, so you know, it's a serious concern for us. Any change or modification in the physical, chemical, or biological properties of water, as I told you, that deforestation, as I mentioned about that various types of activities related with a human being. So that is disturbing the physical, chemical and biological properties of water. So what are the sources of water pollution? Now, two chief sources of water pollution can be seen as point and non-point, and which is visible to us and which is not visible to us always. So what is points? Point ki bolche, it refers to the pollutants that belong to a single source. Okay, and it is visible to us, like from factories, the various things are being discharged into the water body. And non-point, on the other hand, means pollutants emitted from the multiple sources, contaminated water after rains that has traveled through several regions. Okay, like এই তোমরা কিছুদিন আগে দেখেছো সেই করোনা ডেড বডি গুলো সেই ফেলা হচ্ছে ইন উত্তরাখণ্ড, দেখেছো? হ্যাভ ইউ সিন?
Yes, sir.
সব জায়গায় খুব একটা মানে সানসানি হয়ে গেছে। So that all the dead bodies. So now you see that contaminated water is ruining our Ganges, and obviously that water ultimately Ganges to onnano, there are many other rivers which are coming and also mixing up. They are the tributaries or distributaries. They are coming and they are being discharged, no? So they are connected, interconnected, and ultimately they go to the Bay of Bengal. So ultimately these waters, all these creatures are being destroyed. So that is called the non-point source. So point source pollution refers to the contaminants that enter a waterway through a discrete pipe or a ditch, like from the sewage treatment plant. Water are being discharged into the river. So that causes or a city storm drain. Non-point source means the contamination which does not originate from a single source, multiple source, like the nitrogenous compounds from the agricultural land. Okay, so that contributes to the pollution. So what are the types of water pollution? There are many types of water pollution because water comes from many sources. So here are a few types of water pollution. Nutrient pollution. You can see the slide.
Yes, sir.
You can read it. So nutrient pollution means যেটা one type of, তোমরা দেখবে অনেক সময় পুকুর দেখেছো যে পন্ডস গুলো একটা গ্রিন কালার হয়ে গেছে পুরো। Have you seen ponds becomes green?
Yes, sir.
What is that? Eutrophication. Have you heard this term, eutrophication? Later on আমি একটা slide দেখাচ্ছি eutrophication এর। So eutrophication is what? Nutrient rich pollution. Too much, that is called algal bloom. Okay, too much of, suppose যদি একটা in a water body, suppose there is too much of algae. So what will happen if too much of algae is there? তার মানে algae will feed on the nutrients of water. It will just consume all the dissolved oxygen. It will use up all the oxygen. So if it use up all the oxygen, how will the aquatic animal survive? How will the aquatic organism survive if all are being eaten up by the algae? Understood?
Yes, sir.
See, can you see the picture that I was talking about? দেখেছো ছবিটা?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, তাহলে চেঞ্জ করছি। নেক্সট হচ্ছে দেখো সারফেস ওয়াটার পলিউশন। So surface water pollution, it includes some natural water found on the earth's surface like lagoons, lakes, oceans. Okay. Now hazardous substance which are coming to the earth's surface, যেমন radioactive substance. Okay. Toxic metals like arsenic, mercury, cadmium, lead, nickel. So all these elements are highly toxic. So when they are discharged into the water surface, what happens? The aquatic animals, they consume that. সেই aquatic animals কে তুমি খাচ্ছো, like Minamata disease. Have you heard about Minamata?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Minamata, do you know what happened in Minamata disease? Minamata টা কি হয়েছিল? মার্কারি পয়জনিং, তাই তো?
Body deformations.
হ্যাঁ, মানে কিভাবে জিনিসটা ঘটেছিল, ডু ইউ নো দ্য ইনসিডেন্ট, হোয়াট মানে হাউ ইট হ্যাপেন্ড? অ্যাকচুয়ালি there was a company in Japan which was manufacturing acetaldehyde, a very famous organic compound. Okay, acetaldehyde and vinyl chloride. So what they did in their factory, they used mercuric sulfate and mercury as a catalyst. And after the reaction, they throw away all these mercury and all these substances into the seawater. Now the fishes which were in that bay, okay, that is outstretch of the sea, they consume that mercury. When they consume that mercury, fisher মধ্যে, all the sea fish, ফিশেদের মধ্যে একটা এনজাইম আছে, সেই এনজাইমটা মার্কারিকে কনভার্ট করলো টু মিথাইল মার্কারি, which is 1000 times more toxic than mercury itself. Understood? এটাকে বলে বায়োম্যাগনিফিকেশন। যেমন DDT, have you heard about DDT, an insecticide?
Yes, sir.
তুমি কি জানো DDT now is a banned chemical? কেন? বিকজ এই কিছু কেমিক্যালস আছে যারা হয়তো এমনি, তুমি যদি DDT নিজে ইনহেল করো, সাপোজ ইফ ইউ ইনহেল বা ইফ ইউ হ্যাভ ইট somehow, you will have a toxicity, but that will be not so chronic, that will be not so intense. But যদি DDT টা various trophic levels থেকে একটা লেভেল থেকে একটা লেভেল, ধরো DDT is thrown on the plants on field, that plant is, that grass is eaten by cows, that cow is giving a milk, that milk you are consuming. So when one toxic substance enters from one trophic level to other trophic level, at each trophic level direct consume করলে কিন্তু প্রবলেম হতো না, but when it is going from, passing from one trophic level to the other trophic level, its toxic effect increases many fold times. বুঝতে পেরেছো কি হচ্ছে? মিনামাতা ডিজিজেও তাই হয়েছে। The same thing happened in Minamata disease. What happened in Minamata? The fish, after consuming the mercury, they converted that to methyl mercury because that reacted with the enzyme of the present in the body of the fish and converted into methyl mercury. When that sea fish is consumed by the people, then what happened? That methyl mercury attacked the an enzyme. There was an enzyme which is attached with cobalt. Okay, so it is a cobalamin type of enzyme. So that cobalamin unit, which has a enzyme part along with it, so the toxic effect increased many fold times. Okay, so that is they are talking about these hazardous substances. You can see in South Africa what just একটা এখানে একটা ছবি এখানে দেওয়া হয়েছে, এখানে কিরকম ওয়াটার পলিউশন হয়েছে। অক্সিজেন ডিপ্লিটিং অর্গানিজম, সো অক্সিজেন ডিপ্লিটিং অর্গানিজমস মানে যারা they are microorganisms, water bodies, they are both aerobic and anaerobic. So when too much of biodegradable matter is end up in water, it encourages microorganism growth. And if oxygen is depleted, naturally the aerobic organisms die. Obviously the non-aerobic or anaerobic organisms, they grow more and they gives rise to toxins. Like you can see, they are giving toxins such as ammonia and sulfides, obviously. So ammonia and sulfides, যত হাইড্রোজেন সালফাইড গ্যাস তৈরি হবে, তুমি দেখেছো কোনো ওই খাল টালে, তোমাদের কলেজের পাশে খালে যে কালো জল হয়ে যাচ্ছে, বা কোথাও দেখবে at some places some bubbles are coming, দেখেছো এরকম কখনো? বাগজোলা খাল বা আমাদের যে ক্যানেল আছে। So actually why this happens? It is because of the generation of anaerobic organisms. Okay, because too much of if biodegradable matter is thrown in the water, so naturally they will deplete the oxygen. So obviously aerobic organisms cannot survive. So anaerobic substances, they multiply and they form such type of toxic chemicals like ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide. So they come in the form of bubbles, or methane gas also is generated. Okay, methane gas is also very toxic. Okay, now you see so many fish died. দেখেছো ছবিটা? ছবিটা দেখতে
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
গ্রাউন্ড ওয়াটার পলিউশন। গ্রাউন্ড ওয়াটার পলিউশনে কিভাবে হয়? আমি আগেই বললাম, ডিডিটির কথাটা বললাম, যে when humans they apply pesticides and chemicals to soil, they are washed deep into the ground by rainwater. So this gives rise to underground water causing pollution. Okay, so obviously আমরা যখন কোনো ওয়েল মানে বা কোনো হোল, কোনো আন্ডারগ্রাউন্ড ওয়াটার ট্রিটমেন্ট কিছু করছি, then we have to check whether that soil is okay. soil testing করতে হবে, হ্যাঁ, soil testing করে then only in that place, because a well, when you construct a well, so obviously will bore the hole into the from the underground. So each সেই জায়গায় you have to see whether that position or that location is susceptible to harmful chemicals or not. Okay, so you can see a picture is there where someone is taking water from a tube well, and in that locality যেখান থেকে টিউব ওয়েলটা নিচ্ছে তার আশেপাশে কি আছে? oil, weed killer, মানে insecticides, herbicides, because they penetrate through the gravel, through the soil, and they enter into the water table. Ultimately সেই ওয়াটারটাকেই ও কি করছে? টিউব ওয়েল পাম্প করে তুলছে, তাই না? that same water. ছবিটা দেখেছো?
Yes, sir.
Have you
Yes, sir.
understood the meaning? মানে so you have to first see the area or the location where you will construct the tube well. Now the fifth type of pollution is microbiological pollution. So in many communities in the world, people drink untreated water. Yes, in very poor countries, okay, in villages or something, they just drink that water, and obviously there are certain pathogens, virus, bacteria, protozoa, they already exist. Okay, so these natural pollution obviously will cause the fishes or the other water animals. Apart from fish, there are many other animals, they will die. And যদি মানুষ এটা কনজিউম করে, if they consume this type of water, so they will develop serious illness. আচ্ছা, can you tell me any waterborne diseases? কিছু waterborne disease তুমি বলতে পারো? water typhoid,
Cholera, typhoid.
cholera, dysentery, bacillary dysentery, paratyphoid. Then there are some diseases which are water related diseases. Water related means human body কোনো contact লাগবে না, the human body does not need any contact, but disease টা হচ্ছে, মানে যেমন ধরো মসকিউটো যদি গ্রো করে on water bodies, so that will lead to dengue, filaria, malaria, all these things, no?
Diarrhea.
না, ডায়রিয়াটা হচ্ছে ডায়রিয়া কি ওয়াটার রিলেটেড ডিজিজ? মানে ওয়াটার রিলেটেড ডিজিজ মানে হিউম্যান বডি ইজ নট কামিং ইন কন্ট্যাক্ট উইথ ওয়াটার, so it is the host which depends on water for its habitat, means the mosquito. So such type of encephalitis, filariasis, dengue, like that. You can see a picture, a child, probably it may be in some African country, Namibia, Zambia. So this type of countries, they do not have, they have untreated water. You can see, so it may be full of arsenic, or impurities are there, pathogens are there, so they develop various types of skin infections also. You can see the picture, so it can lead to deadly disease when they are consuming this dirty water. তোমরা আন্দামান গেছো কখনো? আন্দামানে দেখেছো এই যে জারোয়ারা থাকে ওখানে?
Yes, sir.
ওদেরও কিন্তু বিভিন্ন ডিজিজ হয়, কারণ বিকজ দে তারাও এরকম এই ওই জায়গার এখন অবশ্য অনেক রকম ওদের গভর্নমেন্ট থেকে অনেক কিছু ফেসিলিটি দিয়েছে, কিন্তু ওরা কিন্তু এরকম জল কালেক্ট করে খায়, এরকম ইয়ে করে। ওখানেও তো করোনা হয়েছে নাকি শোনা যাচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ, আগের আগের বারে যখন হচ্ছিল তখন শুনে গেছে।
ওখানেও হয়েছে করোনা, মানে দেখো okay, then we come to the suspended matter. Suspended matter means some chemicals or some particles which do not easily dissolve in water. So this kind of material is called particulate matter. Some suspended pollutants later settle under the water body, settle করে থাকে, float করে অনেক সময় তলায় settle করে যায়। So very fine particles you cannot see with your naked eye also. So these harms the aquatic life, means they can kill the aquatic life. Okay, so they also deplete the oxygen also. Thus such chemicals dissolved oxygen টাকেও কমিয়ে দেয়। কিছু মাছ কিন্তু জানো তো এরকম they can survive in this type of water. কই মাছ জানো, কই মাছ, পাকাল মাছ, there are certain fish which can survive in very low dissolved oxygen content, very low DO content. Okay, generally for the existence of healthy fish it should be from 5 to 8 milligram per liter. You can write this data in your copy. The order, the saturated value of DO হচ্ছে 5 to 15. This is the range. Saturated value of DO, dissolved oxygen in water, 5 to 15 milligram per liter. And for aquatic life or fish, for the existence of aquatic life and fish, so it is between 5 to 8 milligram per liter. It is between 5 to 8 milligram per liter. These are the marine debris. Now chemical water pollution. Many industries and farmers work with chemicals. So this is obviously point source because একটা জায়গা থেকে আসছে, from chemical factories. So obviously the chemicals that are used on agricultural lands are weeds, insects and pests. To control the weeds, insects and pests, we use weedicides, we use pesticides, we use insecticides. So metals and solvents from industries, various metals as I mentioned about Minamata disease. So that is a toxicity. So that is coming from the industries and they are polluting the water bodies. They are very poisonous as I mentioned about biomagnification, and they may slow the development, make them infertile and kill them. So obviously the fertility level, the reproductive ability decreases. You can see an oil spillage from a drain. How devastating picture it is. Oil spillage, I was talking about oil spillage, yes. So you can see the Gulf War এর কথা মনে আছে? Gulf War, have you heard about it? অনেক আগে, তোমাদের জন্মের আগে বোধহয়। Have you heard about Gulf War?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, নামটা শোনা শোনা
No,
লাগছে।
sir.
গালফ ওয়ারের একবার ইউটিউবে গিয়ে সার্চ করে ছবিগুলো দেখো, সাংঘাতিক। দের ওয়াজ আ মানে পুরো ওয়ার্ল্ডের সব তেল ওরা সেই ফেলে ফেলে, সেই ইরাকের সাথে ঝামেলা হলো তখন, ইরাক ইরানের যুদ্ধ হলো। ওকে, দ্যাট ওয়াজ একটা ওয়ার্ল্ড ওয়ার হয়েছিল সেই টাইমে, সেই সাদ্দাম হুসেন এই সময়। সো ইট ওয়াজ আ মানে মেজর water pollution because of that oil spillage. Okay, many মানে animals, মানে সাংঘাতিক ছবি পাবে ইউটিউবে দেখলে। Gulf War যদি দেখো, মানে what are the consequence of Gulf War. Okay, so you will see this sea birds, they can lose their they because ওখানে অয়েলের মধ্যে আটকে গেছে, এরকম দেখা গেছে ওখানে আটকে গেছে, যেতে পারছে না মাছটা ওখানে, because of that stickiness, because of that viscosity. So it's or feathers গুলো এটা পুরো ওখানে আটকে গেছে, it cannot move on. See, industrial waste, sulfur which is coming from it's a non-metallic substance, but it harms marine life. Sulfur dioxide, it is going to the air, forming sulfuric acid, coming down in the form of acid rain. A major constituent of acid rain is H2SO4. So again, it is coming down as a precipitation, and it is harming the aquatic life. Oil pollution by oil industries. Already I mentioned about Gulf War. Sea waters, fish, birds. Because oil do not dissolve in water, no? So it stays on the water surface and it suffocates. Because oil surface এর উপরে থাকলে কি হবে? Oil একটা লেয়ার তৈরি করে। Oil কি করে? অক্সিজেনটাকে জলের ভিতরে পৌঁছতে দেয় না। Understood? The oil, if oil is spilled, তুমি দেখবে আমরা অনেক সময় ধরো in our drains, আমাদের বাড়িতে যদি পুরনো পেট্রোল বা ডিজেল থাকে আমরা ঢেলে দিই। কি হয়? মশা মারার জন্য, তাই না? করি না অনেক সময়, টু কিল দ্য মসকিউটোস। আমরা ড্রেনের মধ্যে আমরা অয়েল ঢেলে দিই। Why we do that thing? Because oil forms it forms a separate layer on the surface of the water. So surface of the water, if it forms a layer, so the larva, okay, they that is the larva, that is the eggs of the mosquitoes. They cannot take that oxygen from the air, from the because they take oxygen from the surface of the water. So if you cover that with a layer of oil, so they will suffocate. So they cannot take the oxygen, and naturally they will die. Understood? You can see
Yes, sir.
oil spillage. হয় এগুলো ওই মেরিন ড্রাইভ, বম্বে হাই, ওখানে আছে ডিগ বয়, আসামে, এরকম ছবি আছে অনেক। ইউ ক্যান সি, দেখো কিরম হয়ে গেছে জায়গাটা, দেখছো
Yes, sir.
কিরম
হ্যাঁ,
সাংঘাতিক বাজে যে অবস্থা। দেখো এগুলো পেইন্ট ইন্ডাস্ট্রি থেকে বেরিয়েছে। তারাও তো অয়েল ইউজ করে না, ভার্নিশ ইউজ করে। Sewage and wastewater treatment. Obviously the feces, urine, laundry waste, they are coming, so they are creating health problems. আমি এটা দিয়ে দিচ্ছি অরিত্রকে, এই স্লাইডটা দিয়ে দিচ্ছি, শেয়ার করে দিচ্ছি। দাঁড়াও। দিয়ে দিচ্ছি। আর দেখো ছবিটা, মাইনিং অ্যাক্টিভিটিস, রকস আর কোল, বিভিন্ন কেমিক্যালস গুলো এখানে হচ্ছে। ওকে, এরকম দেখা যায় তো, এরকম আমরা দেখি অনেক সময়। ইন্ডাস্ট্রিয়াল রিজিয়নের বাইরে তুমি ওই দিল্লি থেকে যখন যাবে টুয়ার্ডস হরিয়ানার দিকে, এরকম ছবি প্রচুর দেখা যায়। প্রচুর, মানে দিল্লি থেকে বেরিয়ে আমরা হরিয়ানার দিকে যাচ্ছি, ওই দিকটা টুয়ার্ডস চন্ডীগড় ওই দিকে, তখন এরকম প্রচুর এরকম অয়েল স্পিলেজ এরকম আশেপাশে দেখা যায়, প্রচুর দেখা যায়। দেখো 100 মিলিয়ন গ্যালনস অ্যাসিড মাইন ওয়েস্ট এখানে ocean and marine dumping. See, a huge amount of heap is there. দেখো প্লাস্টিক পলিউশনও তো একটা ফ্যাক্টর না, জানো তো? প্লাস্টিক ইউজ অফ প্লাস্টিক এখন ব্যান করছে না, ইউজ অফ প্লাস্টিক। দেখো সি বিচেসেও তো এরকম হয় না, প্রচুর নোংরা জিনিস ফেলে রাখে সি বিচেসে।
Yes, sir.
সি বিচে দেখেছো না কত রকম এখন ট্রিটমেন্ট করে অনেক, কিন্তু তাও সি বিচেও তো প্রচুর এরকম, এগুলো তো আলটিমেটলি ড্রেনড অফ টু দ্য সিজ। এই প্লাস্টিকের ওপরে আমার অনেকগুলো ভিডিও আছে, আমি দেখাবো একদিন। প্লাস্টিকের ওপরেও মানে সাংঘাতিক। দেখো ঠিক আছে, মোটামুটি আমরা এগুলো মোটামুটি বললাম, ঠিক আছে? সো মোটামুটি বোঝা গেল আজকে যেগুলো বললাম?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ। সো এইগুলো হচ্ছে ব্যাপার। এরপরে তোমাদের কবে ক্লাস আছে বলো তো?
Sir, Thursday.
থার্সডে কখন আছে?
1:45 to 2:30.
ও আচ্ছা, দেখি আমি ম্যামের সাথে আমাকে দেবে কিনা ক্লাসটা, বা উনি নেবেন কিনা। তো ঠিক আছে তাহলে, ঠিক আছে তাহলে তুমি অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা নিয়ে নেওয়া হয়েছে তো?
Yes, sir. CR নিয়ে নিয়েছি।
নিয়ে নিয়েছে তো, আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, তাহলে ম্যামকে পাঠিয়ে দিও, ঠিক আছে?
Yes, sir.
ঠিক আছে, ওকে ওকে, চলো ঠিক আছে, ইউ ক্যান লিভ।
Thank you, sir.
ওকে,
Thank you, sir.
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ চলো।
Thank you, sir.